Just breathing the day, yeah, making waves, kicking ass online, can't behave, laughing in the face of wannabe queens, living off memes and caffeine dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean, in the murky depths of live stream. Tears down the walls with the wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean, in the murky depths of live stream. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. Baddest woman with the smirk so mean, in the murky depths of.
Oops. Good morning, everybody, from me and my mean smirk. Yes, it's 5 a.m. I do have to talk lower because my whole house is asleep, including the dogs. I don't know. This is really the only time I could do this, honestly. So, from what it sounds like, my family has a whole lot of plans of being together and hanging out today. So, I don't know when else I could do this. So, hi, good morning. If you're still in bed, lucky. Good morning for the people. I know he was like, it's so early. I'm like, look, it has to be now or never. Hello, Dane, Candy, Joe, good morning. Grunge, it's me. Hello to you. Am I missing anybody? It might just be Lex. Hello, it's also dangerous. Yes. Okay, good morning, Lex. Oh, you're on Twitter. I forgot I was streaming both places. Hello to Twitter. Lex said, good. I hope the Canadian police revoke her scooter usage as she has no handicap paperwork. Lex also says, she creates dangerous driving for actual vehicles and she has no pedestrian rights driving it. I haven't gone to sleep yet. Yeah, I had weird sleep last night. Like, I knocked out early because I was tired from our hike. And then I woke up at like 10 p.m., all bright eyed and bushy tailed, and I could not go back to sleep for the life of me until like 2 a.m. And then I think I slept till like 3:34. I don't know. Anyway, somehow I just keep trucking along. I have some caffeine next to me, a Pepsi Zero to be exact. I have all my vapes. I will be wake and baking with you guys. All right, so what I do remember is this was worth me going live at 5 a.m. for. Foodie Beauty got kicked out of the mall. And then she was pretending she was a car and raging on the road. Cars were almost hitting her. I saw with my own eyes what could be possible accidents. I mean, nobody got in one, but you know what I mean? Like, they were all swerving to avoid her. Anyways, it was causing traffic. She's a fucking idiot. She was all mad because apparently, you guys, she was hangry. That's why she should carry a Snickers. She went to one mall and apparently the elevators didn't work, so she couldn't get her food then. So she went to a second mall. And then it was funny. I remember seeing like a crowd of people at all these food places. And then she goes to the empty one, right? Because she doesn't want to wait in line. She doesn't want to have to wait for her food. So she goes to the empty place. And that's when the mall security comes up and they tell her she can't film. And she was such a bitch. Be like water, baby. Okay, I saw your tweets. So Be Like Water Baby was on Twitter saying that they reported her. Apparently, she was filming a woman and her child. I didn't see this clip, but the woman was shielding her child, and Foodie kept the camera on her. So Be Like Water Baby said, enough is enough. She is so defiant. It is. Her ego will be the death of her. Hi, UK video clips. Is Foodie fake Muslim still a thing? Yes. Yes, it is. But now she's mad at Islam. I believe she called it a cult. And she's sick of people judging her. So there's that. I mean, I feel like, I was raised Christian and I was always told what I was doing wrong. So I don't understand. Seriously, I was told what God didn't like, and it was pretty much everything I was doing. Like, anyways, I'm still here, still Christian, no rage to ensue. I just figure like everybody judges somebody who's bold about their faith, and she's faking her. So there's that. All right, let me go to Twitter, you guys. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on, I have to cough. All right, and I guess I should make this a little bigger for you guys. All right, can you guys see everything okay? It literally took me less than 3 minutes. I think I saved the tweet. If someone will remind me at the end of this Twitter recap, I'll show the tweet. Yeah, I know everybody says, don't touch the poo. Like, people should be able to go to the mall with their children. And, some women escape violent people. There's also people who adopt children and they can't be on social media, right, for a certain exact time. Anyways, it's private property. So there's that. Even when I was up in the hills yesterday, maybe it's because I'm a mom and I just view things differently. Like, whenever there's kids, I turn my camera away. I film something else. You don't know every family situation. You just don't. There's people that have to change their identities. There's people who don't want to be found. And there's people who just want to be able to have a nice outing with their child and not have to worry about a pervert on the internet. And if you think I'm being harsh, Foodie Beauty is a pervert. Do I need to remind everybody how she dealt with Sasa and how she exploited her? She had Sasa up on her live stream and she had people in her chat saying they were gooning to a minor. And she was aware of it. I believe the person wasn't even blocked. Their comment was deleted or they were timed out, but they came back. Anyways, and then her knowing that happened, she then continues to have a minor up on her live stream again. And then post photos of her in school outfits. Like, this woman is a pervert. So Be Like Water Baby, good for you. Foodie, you can rage at me. You can threaten to take down my channel. I heard you were blaming Milky Tea or Milk Tea. I don't know what she goes by to this day, okay? She used to be Milky Chai, and then I think she was Milk Tea. Anyways, the cute young lady who does reactions. Anyways, I heard she was blaming her. Foodie Beauty was calling her buck-toothed, all this stuff. Anyways, it wasn't even her, but Foodie, you can threaten to take me down for having an opinion, but, I'm employable, so I'm not really that worried about it. All right, I just want to point this out before we go into her pretending that she's a car. She's supposed to be going to Malaysia where she has to walk up like 1 billion steps. I just want to show you what it's like for her when she walks up a flight of stairs.
Oh, babe. I'm fine, babe. You okay?
Yeah. I think one flight is enough for today.
One more?
One more?
Okay, let's go.
I think they better bring enough food and water because they're going to be on those steps in Malaysia for like 24 days. A long time. Fat Kid Cool said, you heard it right. Foodie Beauty conquered one flight of stairs, then promptly collapsed. Her heroic endurance was legendary back then. Now she's 100 pounds heavier, Wow, Salah, I can already hear the nonstop whining over every minor inconvenience. Love that for you. Hey, Worms, she's gonna cause an accident. Eventually, she will. She will. Ashley said Chantal found a new mall, made it to the food court, and then mall security told her she couldn't live stream. Ooh, the rage we're about to get, and we do get a big rage. I want to point something out. How many places has she been kicked out of for live streaming? I feel like there was a mall in Kuwait. I don't know. There were several places. Like, at what point would you just stop live streaming? I don't know. I know she wants to make money, and somebody must have paid for her to go there and eat. Remember Anime, who would always be like, how much to get you, or for you to get Burger King now? How much for Wendy's right now? And then she would name a price. Anyways, I think it's a form of her getting paid, and I think also she was already hangry. So an addict wants what they want when they want it, and they don't want to wait like even 2 minutes. It's like if I would have been kicked out of a 7-Eleven in my days. That would have been heartbreaking. Well, I was kicked out of several.
I'll go here.
Assalamualaikum, how are you?
Good, how are you? Welcome, Salah.
So unfortunately, we're not allowed to live stream or record inside the mall. It's against our policy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Oh.
I have to ask you to maybe.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you're inside the mall, no filming or.
Is there a sign?
Is there something?
Oh,
If you would be able to.
that's okay. That's okay. Okay, I will end it. Okay, well, someone ruined the fun for us, so no more bees in.
Someone as you could have looked up the rules at the mall. I'm sure they're posted somewhere. And stop being so entitled. They needed to post to send Foodie Beauty. You cannot film at this establishment. I actually gave them Milky's live stream to watch. Did you be like water, baby? That's hilarious. I love this for her. Look at how swollen she looks. You know, everybody was staring at her too because they probably thought she was getting stopped for stealing or something. I don't know. She looks greedy. Shugal said, listen, I know it's entirely possible someone reported her, but Chantal, you are riding around with your phone on a tripod, which normally people just on the phone don't do. It's obvious you are streaming and you stick out like a sore thumb in a crowd. She's a spectacle. I would keep my eye on her if I was security. I just would. Debbie's World said, wasn't she told in a mall in Kuwait that she couldn't film? Yes. She's been told that she can't film in malls in every country she's been to. She's a piece of shit. Too bad they weren't able to just arrest her. Regina said she's this huge spectacle that everyone, including mall security, can see as live streaming. She hasn't hit it, yet she thinks somebody in the audience, a hater, ruined their fun. It's the mall policy. She ruins everything, and how does anyone watching her think she's fun? Well, apparently people are getting sick of her because she made this really stupid community post about, I don't know, it's telling who sticks around when you're going through changes. Like, what changes? Please tell me. Perfect description. Something is going to happen, and soon things are building up to something big. Okay, well, think of your story, right? Or even I'll use my story for example. Like, big things had to happen in order for me to stop what I was doing and be stopped. Like, I was a menace to society at one point. I was pretty much a danger to myself and others because I couldn't make good decisions. I couldn't, right? And so it took big things, a series of big things for me to be stopped. Call it God, call it what you will, but I don't know. Like, any addict doesn't have a soft landing. We start out having like little slaps on the wrist. Think of Foodie even stealing an olive, right? That's kind of how it happened with me, not with an olive, but like at one point I could afford my addictions until I lost my job. And then I was stealing 211s, 4 Locos. I was stealing things. And then I got away with it for so long that I was going back to take more and more and more, right? Anyways, what else happened? Oh, plenty of arrests for being drunk in public. All kinds of things, right? I fell off balconies. I had a stroke. I had seizures. Anyways, all this big stuff had to happen had to happen in order for me to stop my behavior. So Foodie's now starting at the point in addiction where she's stealing things like olives. She's breaking laws, but she's getting away with it, so she's going to keep breaking more laws, right? Something big will have to happen for somebody with an ego her size. She thinks she's invincible. She thinks she's untouchable. She thinks bad things happen to everybody else. I used to think that way too. I would think, oh, well, they lost their job. That's not going to happen to me. Oh, they lost their house. That's not going to happen to me, right? I thought I was special. I thought I was so cute that I could get away with everything. Anyways, my ego had to be smashed in such a big way. So there's that. But she never will. Agreed, but she never will. She thinks every meal would be her last and eats, and it makes sense that she thinks every meal is her last. Think of how fast she eats everything. Like she's almost afraid somebody's going to take the food away or she's never going to have that moment again. I think back to how I used to drink like a fish and really, really fast too, because I was worried I wasn't going to be able to do it again. Anyways, she's not special. Her addiction is just as bad as everybody else's. It's not any less than a heroin addict or alcoholic. She thinks she's different because it's food. Like, she's an addict in every way, shape, and form. She's addicted to food, drugs, men, all kinds of things. She's going to have a really bad crash out and ending, whatever. Emery said that someone is her for not asking or knowing that it wasn't allowed. She ruined the non-fun content of eating for her feeders. Carla said, and this was the second mall she went to, so she was already pissed. She couldn't be bothered to find one of the working elevators in the first mall to take her to the food court. Of course she could have walked instead of cosplaying being disabled. Yeah, for the people on Twitter, Foodie Beauty rides a mobility scooter because she's lazy. Like, she ends up raging about people being ableist, yada, yada, yada. The sidewalks need to be plowed. I saw people walking on the sidewalk, so I'm not sure what she's talking about. She doesn't have to be in there. She doesn't need to be in there. She just doesn't want to use her legs. Blazing Lily said, how many places both in Canada and the Middle East has she been booted out of for live streaming? Enough to know. Ashley said, but rules don't apply to her. She's so casual about the riskiest of things. She is. So anyway, she gets kicked out and we end up getting a rage. And she pretends she's a car. I mean, it's funny, yet like if you have anxiety like me, you'll be anxious too because an accident is going to happen. It is. Hopefully, somebody, again, I know we're supposed to frown upon touching the poo. I don't want our friends on the Canadian roads to not be here tomorrow or the next day. Like, they all have families to get home to. Like, she's a risk. She's a danger to herself and others because she's greedy, because she's in addiction, because addicts are selfish and they only think of themselves. It's true. She doesn't care what happens. She doesn't care that somebody's grandma is trying to make it to church, whatever else. She doesn't care. Dwight Schrute's hazmat suit said Foodie is currently going off from her scooter in Ottawa traffic in the road. She's raging about ableism and everyone on the planet, especially cars, and the last mall can kiss her ass. But she doesn't know where she's going, but she's hungry. If she gets hit, I don't care. I heard her say that. She would total a car. Yeah. Well, think of people, like, I've heard the stories. It sounds terrifying. They're driving and they hit cattle or whatever else. Like, that's, Foodie is the same size. She is. I'm not trying to be rude, but she would total a car and she would hurt somebody. Mrs. Flupa Booty said she's just mad they stopped her before she could get her New York fries. Had they waited until after she ate, she wouldn't be pissed. This is true. Queen Jellybean said, Foodie's raging because there's snow on the sidewalk. How the fuck am I supposed to get around this shit? Well, bitch, you could stand the fuck up and walk. You're not disabled. You're just fat, lazy, and too broke to buy a car. You know, I remember a day when Foodie Beauty was flexing at everybody and say, well, at least I could drive, at least this. Like, she has nothing. She used to say, well, at least I have my own place. You barely got one back and you're probably not going to be there very long. Anyways, at least I have a man. Hers is in Syria. You know, Queen Jellybean said, oh, I read that one. Miss Unbreakable Pieface said, Foodie says the haters ruin the fun, so she's never live streaming in public again. Basically, we have to watch her ceiling on the couch. I mean, I feel like that's all she does anyways. How is that any different? All right, to the rage. And this is a short clip, but I have more of her pretending she's a car. Find a spiteful bitch said, how about you get your lazy, fat, worthless ass up and walk? You able-bodied, sloppy pig, wearing all these fake-ass shields to justify doing nothing in life. You are a worthless sack of shit.
I walk, but it's like some parts are not plowed, so. And this part is not plowed. Like, they don't plow the bike lane. They don't plow the sidewalks. I don't know what they want people to do. Honestly, they just don't give a fuck about people in mobility devices. And also, fuck you. Like, if you think you can determine, like, with your
And also, fuck you.
ableist ass fucking minds, who gets to use a mobility device and who doesn't. You don't fucking know me. You don't know how I feel. You don't know what I can do. And you can eat shit if you shame people for it. Thank you.
We don't know what you could do. You told us you intend on walking up all those stairs in Malaysia. But now suddenly you need this?
A sidewalk, but it's like some parts are not plowed, so.
I don't know. I saw somebody walking in another clip. Like, how are they on the sidewalk, but you can't be? Honest question. Maybe it's too early and I'm just not getting it. Raised Dactylian said, dumb bitch can't even figure out how to lock her phone. JM said she should get told to stop filming at every place because she literally films faces, kids, adults, etc. Entitled piece of shit. Cheryl said, a complete waste of space and breath who contributes nothing to society. You should be proud of yourself, cutie. Do you think her mom cries herself to sleep every night? Logical said she's not disabled. No one's being ableist. How the fuck is she even allowed? And how has no one called the fucking police? She's literally a hazard on the road. I don't want to hear about how anybody else is ableist. I will judge the fuck out of her. Do you know that I have a handicap placard? I do. I rarely use it. Rarely, except for the days my back is really bad and let's say I'm with my mom and there's like parking super far away, right? Like rarely use it. I have disabilities. And yet I use my two legs and hike up in hills. I mean, I guess technically I can, pretend to be foodie beauty and decide I'm lazy and just scoot myself around everywhere. I don't know. I don't find it cute. I know she wants us to be like, oh, foodie, she's disabled. No, she's not. She's super morbidly obese, but she could still use her legs. She's planning on using them soon. So is it every other day she's disabled? Like, I can't keep up. The supportive midriff said she's a person and a mobility device now. Yes. Miss Unbreakable Pie Face said if she wasn't so panini pressed about not being able to film in the mall, she could have avoided all the snow and pitfalls and stayed on the train, goofball. Yeah, I actually took a train. I don't know how that went. Can somebody fill me in? Barely using her legs. Obviously. That's funny. All right, let's keep going. Fondue Spiteful Bitch said, Foodie, such a demure Muslima during Ramadan. Salah El Refe, I know you are super proud of your fat wife.
Tell them to fuck off and move on. Yeah, there's other places. I'm never going to shop at this mall again. They can kiss my ass. They can kiss my fat ass. I hate jealous people. Jealous, bitter motherfuckers.
Jealous.
And yes, I'm allowed to tell you off in Ramadan. I don't give a shit. Tell them to fuck off and move on.
And she wonders why people judge her. And she wonders. I heard the post, that she said, like, I feel like it's a cult, blah, 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 blah. It makes me not even want to be part of the religion. Aren't her sister supposed to lead her in the right direction? Am I wrong about that? I feel like they're supposed to help guide each other, or I've heard that. So people having an opinion on you're supposed to be charitable or act this way or be fasting, now it's a problem. She is too good to walk. She just got passed by a bike. Crochet with Ashby said, hold on. I want to look at these replies. She's a raging cunt. Yes, she is. Cheryl said he must really love her because he keeps coming back for more. That's not money. Chantal Zafupa Boyle said he suggested she move to Malaysia because of this and he'll visit every 3 months. But we're losers. She was having a bad day yesterday. Fupalisha said business partner, not wife. He doesn't care except how much he's getting from her. Lee Smith said, LMAO jealous. Yes, we are all seething with jealousy. That's probably why I couldn't sleep last night. You know? Sexy Jazz said, literally, she's mad because she was told she can't film there. That's it. Why is she acting like she's just devastated them by saying she won't shop there anymore? The entitlement is wild. I mean, the mall looked pretty busy. I think they could afford to lose her business. Smokey said, the broad has no class. It's always somebody else's fault. It's going to be her haters' fault if Shipboy doesn't get to come to Canada because all the haters did everything. Yep. Essence said, who is jealous and bitter? Just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it. Sylvie said, she's such a miserable fat bitch. Her life sucks. And what's crazy is she has the ability to change everything, right? She just doesn't want to. She's comfortable living in that misery. I think back to when I was in addiction, like, I don't know, I thrived off chaos. I think I needed chaos. Like, if things were too normal, I would even make chaos happen. I don't know. I think we are bored if everything is just okay. I don't know. I think she always needs a reason to be upset. I think she always needs a reason to rage. She doesn't know how to act if things aren't chaotic. Check the short out when you get a chance. Which one, Grunge? I could be vile on Foodie, but she does the job online. Bad Seeds video? Okay. I will. Okay, if it blocks me from sharing the screen, just remember. Hold on. This. We're by this. I'll bookmark it. All right, hold on 1 second. I gotta go to my YouTube. You said it's on Bad Seeds? Okay, well, I don't know where the hell that took me. Apparently that's also a movie. Oh, there we go. Shorts. I don't think I could play it right now. Is it the... Well, is it the foodie one or the political stuff from Minneapolis? She better not joke about that. Thank you for the people. Is that the link? Hold on. Oh, it's the Foodie Beauty one. Okay, I was like, I don't think I could play the Minneapolis one. Let me go to Foods. Play, biatch. Okay. Now let me share my screen. Can you guys see it? Oh, wait. Poop. There we go. That's better. Okay. Excuse me, are you from YouTube? Is that funny? Is that funny? What a bitch. Excuse me, are you from YouTube? Is that funny? She has no back teeth and she's such a bitch. She's wearing a chin slip cover. I hope you're doing good, Bad Seed. Hold on, I'm looking at the comments. She should have answered no, because when they find out that she's using a second channel, she will be terminated for good. She's just a horrible person. That's how she treats people that go up to her in public. Lofton Rudolph said, the glaring irony is that everything happens to Chantel is because of Chantel. And I love it. She deserves herself. What did she even say? She's so passive-aggressive IRL face-to-face. Debbie said, I hope you're feeling better. I hope Bad Seed's doing okay. I have been in my own little bubble. Okay, let me go back to Twitter. Thank you, Grunge. Thank you for the people for sharing the link. I don't like Chantel. Friendly reminder, I don't need to be kind to this woman. She's not kind to anybody else, so we're just going to let my mouth go off today. All right, we bookmarked where I was. So let me find it, and then oh my gosh, this guy's face that sees her in public. Wait till you see it. I laughed at that for like 20 minutes yesterday while I was vaping. I did. He was so shocked. He looked like a very shocked Shane Dawson. Anyways. Oh, Coco, I just saw her laying out. Oh, okay, I found where we were. Okay, she's just related. Oh, wait. Yeah, I heard Foodie mentioned that they gave a ride to people from ISIS. And she was very excited about it. I think I saw it from Farah. We have that clip. She almost slipped up and said she was part of the extremist group. Wait, Grunge, was that the right one that I played? They're actually really nice, is what she said. Oh, yeah, and she said that. She says she wasn't afraid because they're not after people like her. I'm quoting that very loosely, okay? We're eventually going to play the actual clip. So what does she mean? She didn't have to worry because she wasn't Jewish or Christian? And then I think back to when she posted remember when she was in that part of Syria where literal war was taking place, things exploding, people dying. And then she posted on her community, and they were, what they were doing to the Druze people. So then she posted that she was a proud Sunni, is it Sunni Muslim? I thought it was Sunni, but apparently I was saying it wrong. Anyway, she's disgusting. So if anybody thinks we sound mean to her, good. Let me split my screen. Yeah, well, see, and women like her are terrifying, right? Because they would do anything for a man. And remember how people were saying that Salah had ties with these people? I believe it. Vic said, yeah, I heard that too. They drove around some extremists. Yeah, I think she said they hitchhiked or something, or she gave them a ride. Anyways, we'll get to that in a minute. I said this a year ago and also when she first went. Yep. But they are after others. Yeah, Candy, you were right. All right, let me get back on track. Ottawa DoorDash app right now is popping off. She says she'll never leave the house again. Well, that's good for the people of Canada. Lori said, Girl World, do you want a new profile picture? Oh, this is scary. Okay, well. If anybody wants this for their profile picture, I'm going to send it to my sister later when she wants to go do things and I don't feel like peopling. I'm just going to send this. I'm sure she won't contact me again. Mo said, oh my God, she needs to get off the road. This is so dangerous. The sidewalks have been cleared from snow. She is just being defiant. Oh, look. Do you see where she could have stayed on the path right here, the sidewalk? But no. She makes a sharp turn left, and she decides she's going to race with the cars. All right, let me go full screen for this.
Oh, it's the Bucktooth bitch reporting. I'm going to fucking report
Is it just not wide enough
her
for
channel
her?
all day and night.
Okay, Milky was live sniping this, right? Please tell me how she was live reacting to this and also busy reporting Chantel.
Don't worry. I need to go on the road. Fuck this. If I get hit, I don't care right now.
Oh my god.
Tired of it. I have no idea. What? You can call Canada from the UK, and not just her, but her.
Hello? Hello? Oh, wait.
Oh, it's the book.
For a second, no, I know I was muted. For a second, I lost all sound. Like, I couldn't hear anything. Apparently, you guys couldn't hear me. I don't know what the last thing you heard was, but I was on a whole rant. Twitter kept freezing. Yeah, but for some reason, I lost like everything for a second. Anyways, I was talking about when Foodie goes into the road, right? And then I had this flashback of driving with our mothers in the 80s because when we were children, I feel like it didn't matter what age we were, we rode in the front seat. And then remember every time your mom had to slam on the brakes, like her hand would fly across to your seat and then smack you in the chest and push you back and it would almost knock the wind out of you. Anyways, when she was doing that, I was getting flashbacks. All right, carry on.
Oh, it's the bucktooth bitch recording. I'm gonna fucking report.
All right, so we are back. Oh no, I have PTSD. This is where my audio is going to
channel.
cut. Oh, we're going.
All
Okay.
day and night. Don't worry. I need to go on the road. Fuck this. If I get hit, I don't care right now.
Oh, and my question is too, how did she think Milky was live sniping her, reacting to her, and being busy reporting her as well? Like, she has no common sense. Yes, PTSD. This is where I got the 80s flashback.
I have no idea. What? You can call Canada from the UK, and not just her, but her fucking stupid retarded audience.
Oh, jeez. I hate this. Oh my god. You know, I had audio PTSD like 30 seconds ago, but now I have mobility scooter PTSD. Like, this is nerve-wracking, is it not?
Kiss my ass, cold breeze. Go fuck yourself.
UK video clip.
Can we block the annoying people, or do I even have any mods in here? Probably not.
Who cares what people are saying? Get out of the road.
Fuck off. The sidewalks are not good. This should be plowed. This is not my fault. This should be fucking plowed.
But it was plowed. I saw proof of that. There's a person walking on the sidewalk right now. You are not a car. Oh my gosh, eat more Foodie, keep eating Foodie. Yes, please. Anyways, Melissa, she needs to get off the road. Bubbles and Cheek said, you can't help people who insist they know everything. Let her be. Okay, here's the thing though. I'm not trying to be dark, but like if you ever went to any groups where friends at Bill W were meeting, if you know what I mean, how many people did you hear of getting hit by a car? Like I could think of 4. They were all alcoholics who would drink and end up in the middle of the road thinking that they could cross the street. Anyways, I'm not trying to be dark. And then the people who hit them, like, they have to live with that for the rest of their fucking life. Also, she's going to cause an accident. They all have to swerve. There's another clip where she causes traffic because they're all trying to avoid her. She is like hitting a massive cow. Repsion said, dude, if someone hits her with a car, their car is going to be totaled. Raised Dactylian said Milky isn't doing shit to her. I could have swore she was sniping. I saw it all over Twitter. Everybody was like, watch Foodie Beauty here. And it was all Milky. They were all referring back to Milky. Dust Bunny said, oh my God, where is she even going? I don't recognize any of this area from her being out on the scooter in the past. I just keep imagining what I would think if I was headed home in my car and there was Foodie on her scooty in the middle of the road. Probably panic, not sure my truck and her big ass would even fit in the same lane together. Was this after security said she couldn't stream in the mall? Yes. Ready for anything, ready for AI. Okay, thank you. Oh, Silly at Silly said, I don't know if I should laugh or cry. What in the heck is going on? Oh no, it's funny, but it's not. Like, does that make sense? I want to laugh at it, but somebody's going to hit her. Good call, bring back. I quote the father Ted, drink, fuck, girl. Huh? She got denied. Hey, Marg. I always forget your name, and I think you told me before. She got denied food court twice. We're lucky she's not strapped. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Foodie Beauty said, it's very eye-opening to see who remains loyal when you're going through changes. I said, oh, brother. The cough said, yeah, Buffalo is super loyal, especially to her best bud, Pete's. Not. Maisie said, what changes? She pretends to be a Miss Change all the time without actually doing any of said changes. Danny said, what changes? Getting fatter? Yes. JM said, fucking entitled little baby. It looks like a fucking gargoyle and thinks she is a goddess. Fuck off. Debbie's World said, what changes? She's getting fatter, more obnoxious. She's getting more rude, stupid, gross, farting, being a pig, not cleaning her body, getting more infections. She needs to shut her pie hole. She's not changing at all. She means people sticking around and watching her get worse. Good luck with that. And then I said, yeah, most people don't want to be known as enablers. It's true. I remember a point where my mom did enable, and then she couldn't live with her maybe being a part of me passing away. And she also realized while I was stopping, I wasn't living my life anymore. She still had a life she had to live. So most people don't want to be known as enablers. Maybe Tracy and Teardrop are finally waking up. I saw them talking the other day when they were saying, well, what more can we do? We tried. And Foodie was mad at that too. Have they even been around since then? Anybody who watched this yesterday with Tracy and Teardrop in the chat? Way bigger than she's ever been, yeah. Dwight Schrute's hazmat suit said, all this drama over being told she can't live stream in the mall. How many hours are we going on now? Uber Eats will have her tonight. I said the Uber driver on their way to Chantel's for the 8th time tonight. Making good money tonight. Ting Ting Boop said, what changes? List the changes. Show them to me. I said she eats more, weighs more, meaner than ever, accumulating addictions, filming corn as a hijabi, using a mobility scooter, pretending she is disabled when she could use her legs. Are these the changes she wants people to stick around for? Ember said, what changes? She's doing the same shit she's done for the past 10 years, and it's only getting worse. I remember when I first started watching Chantel, she had things going for her. She did. She was always out shopping, doing something fun. Her family was hanging out with her more. I don't know. She resembled a person. She had a car. She had a place. She was making $20K a month. And now, I mean, she doesn't resemble a person. She's bigger than ever, so she can't go out and always do something fun like she used to. She uses a mobility scooter as a car while screaming she's disabled, but friendly reminder she wants to walk up a bunch. How many steps is it, you guys? I feel like at one point I knew when everybody first started talking about this, but can somebody tell me how many steps she's supposed to walk up? Anyways, this was Coco laying out, and she looked very cute. Chachi did not want to lay out because it was really windy yesterday. I don't know. When we got back down from the hill, the wind happened. Maybe it just wasn't winding up where we were. I don't know. But anyways, Coco doesn't mind wind, rain, snow. Nothing really bothers her. So she was outside soaking in the rays. And then I was laying out with her at one point. I feel like my upper half is very tan, but my legs, they're just a shade of white I didn't know was possible. Enigma said, it's illegal to live stream in Ottawa malls according to ChatGPT. So they had the legal right to tell Chantal to either stop or leave. She threw a fit, so she made her choice and left. It says in Ottawa, Canada, you usually cannot freely live stream inside malls without permission because malls are private property, even though the public can enter them. Here's how Canadian law and Ottawa rules actually work. Okay, let's see. Ottawa malls are private property. Very important. Shopping malls in Ottawa, like the Centre Rideau, I don't know how to say it, Bayshore Street, all those places, are privately owned spaces open to the public. That means mall management sets filming rules. You do not have an automatic legal right to live stream there. Security can legally tell you to stop filming or leave. It says it's not automatically illegal, but it depends on permission. Usually allowed, sometimes tolerated. Taking casual photos or videos of yourself, filming friends who consent, short personal recordings that don't disrupt shoppers. Live streaming to platforms, this is what's restricted. Live streaming to platforms, Kick, Twitch, TikTok, monetized or influencer content, filming strangers intentionally, using tripods, microphones, or streaming gear. Many malls treat live streaming as commercial filming, which requires approval. She never gets approval and then always gets kicked out, and she wonders why. Oh, and then it says live streaming people on the O train in Ottawa is legally complex. While not explicitly banned by OC Transpo, recording individuals in public or transit spaces without consent can breach privacy laws and transit policies, especially if the footage is intrusive or used for harassment. OC Transpo itself uses CCTV for safety, but public recording should respect privacy. And then Boho Chic said she had everyone on camera. I heard that she was still raging when she got back to her apartment, and she said she was going to stand on a corner filming everybody, and there's nothing they could do about it. I'll send them the video on Facebook and Twitter. Free the People said, hey, PQ, can you all pray for my sister? She found out she had cancer last night. I'm going into surgery in an hour. I will definitely pray for her, PQ. I will. Whatever you believe in out there, please do so as well. I'm sorry, PQ. But if she is your sister, I know she's really strong and she's going to kick cancer's ass. I know it. Perfect. I shall forward her local precinct as well and ask to the mall security for them to file a report. Hello, bring back freedom of speech. Good morning. I'm sorry I didn't greet you. I'm sorry. Yes, we'll all be praying. Can you pray? Okay, let's keep going. Mrs. Floopabooty said, did anyone get a screenshot of her face right after she read the message from Salah suggesting that she moved to Malaysia and he'll visit every few months when she knows damn well he wants to be in Canada? I want to see if anybody got this screenshot. Nope, not yet. Cali girl said, no way. I've had a hunch for a while the way she's been talking. She plans on living there. It's cheaper and closer to Salah. And wasn't she mentioning not that long ago breaking her lease or having somebody live there because she wants to travel more? Maybe she does plan on moving there. Imagine sticking or like accepting a relationship where the person only wants to come see you for every 3 months and it's really only to get money from you. And how could you be in a marriage when you're in two different countries? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. I guess whatever floats your boat out there. I don't know if it's something with StreamYards or what, but like I'll be talking and then suddenly it says my audio has been removed. So, and I checked, I mean, my Yeti mic is still plugged into everything. So I don't know. Sometimes this shit happens and I don't know what I'm doing wrong or if it's just something with StreamYards, but let me finish Twitter. And then I'm sorry, you guys, it's so distracting when I get the boot. You hear me now? Yeah, StreamYards does seem to be giving live problems on YouTube. It just keeps removing my audio. So I don't know why, but let me get back to Twitter. Hold on. Da-da-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, we were talking about the train laws and live streaming at malls and how it's private property. Short videos of yourself are allowed, or like a short video of your friends who consent. That's where we were. Okay. Sorry, I'm more reminding myself than anybody. No worries. All on now. Good. StreamYard said, okay, I'm back. Good, 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 good. Does he not look like Shane Dawson to you? I love the pictures we get of people. Sorry. His face is how I feel every time I see her. Okay, let me get back on track. Oh my gosh. You know, life would suck if you had to worry about two wedgies. Can you imagine? You know, I'm just going to be grateful for the body that God gave me today. um, oh, Coco laying out, we saw that. Okay, I'm back on track. La, 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 I think. Debbie's World said Chantal Thoreau is not handicapped. She is riding a mobility scooter because she's obese and lazy. If she wants to attack that center for not being accessible, we will, as a group, riot online in support of the Rideau Center. Yes, I will riot online, and I will even make posters for it. How about you out there? Nothing But Love said she's still mad about being told no to live stream at the mall. There are rules that you're not to stream, and they asked you not to. You aren't better than anyone else. Stop acting like it, you entitled heifer. Imagine that coming at you. It's like a hippo. Just not as cute as a hippo. I would be scared. You could kick her in the fupa, though. That would stop her in her tracks. All right, so where's this? Ghost Crab said, found it. 5149 Chins asked the chat to go mass report other creators, which I found out is against terms of service on Kick. So there are just so many things to report her for. What she doesn't realize is when she rages and acts insane, like, it doesn't really affect any of us, right? We have fun making fun of her. That's it. That's all. Like, she's getting herself kicked out of places. She's getting her platforms demonetized, reported. I mean, so Ripped Pantyhose said, it's a bad day for Cutie. Couldn't get into the food court because of a broken elevator, so she went to a second mall and security stopped her live streaming. So she drove and wobbled along the busy road, nearly getting hit by cars doing 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I'm sure people tried calling Silly Billy and everything already. Holy fuck, these people are insane. Seriously. Anyways, guys, go fuck yourself.
She's getting honked at. Look how close this truck is to her. Holy shit, she could touch it.
I have every right. Every right. Imagine I'm like not even a threat. Like, it's so embarrassing.
You're not a threat. You're a pervert to children and you have ties to ISIS. I mean,
Whatever. Actually, I didn't get kicked out. I had to stop streaming. But I'm never going back there. They can fuck themselves. And before I go to another mall, I'm going to check the policies very carefully. But the Gloucester Mall, I don't know. Call and report.
you should have done that in the first
It's not plowed
place.
up there, so I got to go on the road. Oh well. Get meta glasses. No, because they'll just report.
Okay, well, everyone share this video with the Ottawa police. Press 1 if you're going to share it. I just want to see something. No Bueno said, another fun fact, even if she stuck to the shoulder, she never seems to be facing oncoming traffic, especially not in the clips I saw today where the cars were all clearly coming from behind her. It says in Ontario, mobility scooters, including enclosed models, are classified under the Highway Traffic Act as pedestrians, not motor vehicles. They are designed for sidewalks and pedestrian paths. While they cannot legally be driven in the center of the road, they may be operated on the shoulder facing traffic when no suitable sidewalk is available. Key rules and regulations in Ontario: where to drive. Use sidewalks, walkways, and pedestrian trails. If you must use the road, travel on the left shoulder facing oncoming traffic, similar to a pedestrian. Requirements: you don't need a driver's license, registration, insurance, or license plate to operate a mobility scooter. Safety, okay, well. Local municipality, I can't say it, may have specific bylaws regarding where mobility devices are permitted, so check local regulations. Sometimes my mouth just doesn't want to say certain words, okay? Municipalities, I can't, whatever. Anyways, back to Chantel. She is going to be raging soon on her pillow, saying that she's going to stand on a corner filming everybody, and there's not a damn thing that they can do about it. For YouTube purposes, I saw the ones. I do need to say, I don't encourage anybody to go IRL with Chantel or anything like that, but if you're worried about when she's on the road, sharing the road with your granny, like, I fully support you tagging Ottawa police. I mean, I'm not going to cry about it. Turley said, oh wait, no, Dwight Schrute's hazmat suit said, how many hours of butt padding and consoling over being embarrassed for being told not to infringe on others' expected rights to privacy on private property do you need, Foodie? You're not exempt from social norms and rules. Well, let her find out she's not. I mean, honestly, if she's not breaking any laws, people reporting her won't really do any good, right? if she's not breaking any laws. Tara Lee said, when it's nice out, quoting Chantal, I'm going to be out in public filming every single person and they can't do shit about it. This is the piece of shit we're dealing with. Foodie thinks she has special privileges in life and common decency isn't in her vocabulary. She's going to look insane, just standing on a corner all day filming everybody. Fondy Spiteful Bitch said, Foodie's more worried about her nut butter than her cat ripping her stomach open. Be careful, apparently she says. Fuck you, you animal abusing fat. See you next Tuesday. So her cat just had surgery, for anybody who just happens to be stumbling across this live stream. Just had surgery days ago, and she's been jumping on the counters, on the stove. She's been playing. She's even fell. And Foodie has just stayed eating and raging. Helpful she filmed it to be shared to the proper authorities in her area. I feel sorry for the bed. She's also going with traffic instead of against it. Dane said it's a no-brainer. She was very illegally operating that scooter. Very, yep. I mean, aren't we told to report crime? Lori said, Foodie and Girl World belated kick recap of the Malbies. Okay, so she raged at haters for informing mall security about her streaming. Scooted home in the middle of the fucking road. Chat is not buying that anyone actually called the mall. Could it be the consequences of her actions? Says she's never leaving the house again. Scats proposes moving to Malaysia. Okay. This is so funny to me. Honestly, that's how my face would be if I saw her out in public. And I probably would record a clip and send it to like my sister and definitely my boyfriend and Aaron too. I would have a staring problem. I just would. I don't know. I'm very nosy. I people watch in general anyways, and my face always tells on me. Like there's no hiding how I feel with my face. There's just not. Oh my gosh, it was even merging into traffic, which is so fucking dangerous. And again, I thought there was another clip. There probably is. It looks like we still have more to go on Twitter. Where you can see where she's causing literal traffic. She's a danger to people. Julie said she puts on the crust whitening strips with her filthy hands and doesn't brush her teeth. You're supposed to brush your teeth before you whiten them. I don't know who needs to hear this. Like if your food is caked in plaque and food, I mean, those strips are bleaching the plaque in the food, not your actual teeth. So, you should floss too, because then you're going to have white teeth and yellow in the middle, or you know what I'm talking about, the inner part of your tooth in between. I need more caffeine. Oh gosh, I feel like I could see lettuce in her mouth as it is. And why do you need to bleach your teeth when you're losing all of them? Like she barely has any back teeth, which to be fair, I guess you don't really see that, except for we do, because we could tell she's missing like 4. I don't think she owns a toothbrush. I don't think so either. Okay, so then she was community post raging and she said Islam police or other Muslims judging me for what I do and say makes me want to leave the religion if I'm honest. What gives anyone the right to judge when we all do wrong sometimes? Only Allah can judge. Until you step foot in my Skechers, you really have zero right to judge me on what I do or say when it comes to dealing with harassment and bullying on a daily basis. You have no idea what it's like. And I'm sure no matter how pious you all claim to be, you would have a hard time dealing as well. I don't go and harass people or seek drama, but sometimes I have a hard time controlling my anger when defending myself. It doesn't have anything to do with my belief in God, and it's none of anyone's business how I worship. And my sins and downfalls are up to God to deal with, not mere human fellow Muslims who hypocritically also do nothing but judge one another. Thanks, bye. Well, I don't care, lady. If you don't like to be told that you're sinning or doing things wrong, I mean, why be a part of a religion? Just go pray to a cactus in the desert somewhere. Sailor V said, Foodie, you're only Muslim for your fake husband. It's why he yells at you to stop swearing and 4 hairs are always showing. If he truly loved you, you wouldn't need to conform to his every wish. You only want him to fake love you. Hey, Thimble. She broke her fast with 2,000 calories of ice cream and a half a jar of peanut butter on this day. Yeah, okay, so if I remember at the end of this, I did see a clip where she was trying to tell Salah that she's been fasting, and then she was like, well, except for yesterday because I had to take food with my antibiotics, and except for this, so I've been fasting today. Okay. If she uses a toilet brush to wax those teeth. Enigma says, she says Julia's incision never opened. Yes, it did. She had to take her back in to get it stitched back up. Why does she insist on lying when there's proof? Didn't she post a picture and everybody was telling her it's open?
They did the same thing with Julia. Her incision's gonna open.
Hey, Ben.
Never happened.
But it did. You showed a picture. It's probably still on your community tab.
Flowey.
Grinch said she can worship whoever or whatever she wants, but when she's including extremist groups that attack and kill Americans and Canadians alike, she's going to run into problems. Mm-hmm. Kathy. I can't stand her. Did she just use a knife to scratch her leg? Did she? I was reading the chat. Okay, hold on. Let me finish the clip.
That's the most modest dance I can do.
How modest is it if I could see everything on you jiggle?
I got owned. Yeah, okay. Being told not to stream is getting owned in a nice, polite way. You wish. The show goes on, biatch.
I thought it wasn't because you said the beezing was over.
Thank you, Foodie Scooty.
Okay, well, I missed the knife scratching, but I'm not really interested in going back to watch it. So it pissed you off, right? If they didn't own her, why was she raging in the middle of the road? Why? Sayla V said, Foodie says Muslims are a cult and asked Chat FAT why they are so judgy. Throws a fit when asked if her husband would approve of this way of thinking since he yelled at her for swearing at her earlier live. Girl world, she's a fake Muslim is why. And shout out to me. Okay, hold on. Salah said, don't swear you are better than them. Besides, you are fasting now.
None of your business. C'est la vie. Goodbye. It's not. This has nothing to do with Salah. I'm not hurting.
People.
None of your business. C'est la vie. Goodbye. It's not. This has nothing to do with Salah.
Okay.
I'm not hurting.
Does she not look like an executioner? I don't know. That's what it's giving to me. Sorry. But she looks like she's coming to bring death. Say Livy said, I dubbed this Ramadan for Foodie Beauty as Haramadan. I love it. Happy Haramadan to anybody who celebrates. Crochet with Ashmi said she wants a donut. And then Ashley said she is a donut. Lyndon Rain said, look at the man with the walker behind Pulpy Syntax's head. The old man who has better mobility than her. And look how he is looking at her. Oh my gosh. I love seeing people's faces. My eyes. So Chantal says Muslims are a cult now and she is held accountable for mocking the religion she's in. Idiot. I was called Islamophobic for mentioning that, like, if you can't have an opinion, certain things seem cultish. And I was called all kinds of things. And now she's saying it. So what does it make her? And I have a question. We know she's an idiot. Okay, I'm not claiming to be the sharpest tool in the shed here, but I'm not part of something that doesn't let me have my own thoughts or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain people who are extreme. And I'm not going to feel bad for saying that. There's extremists in every group, whatever, even Republicans and Democrats. There could be extremists, right? Okay, so I'm saying this to say there's people who take Islam very seriously and, like, they unalive women. for being too Western. And then here's Chantal swearing and pigging out during Ramadan. If she gave those men a ride again, would they still be as welcoming to her? I mean, she called their religion a cult, and she's part of it. Anyways, Fondue said, this is her second full meal in 30 minutes. Kick. You have a live streamer monetizing these problems that she has on your platform. Foodie Beauty Kick reported for harmful and dangerous acts. She has done this 3 months straight daily. She is disrespectful. Hi, Mandy. Chantal is only Muslim so she can hide her bald head under the hijab. That's the only reason. Chantal attempts to gaslight those that bring attention to her lies. You're not Islamophobic. A phobia is an unreasonable fear, Dane said. I think I have questions with every religion, right? There's certain things, even part of my own, that like I still question or I want more answers to, or I don't like how some people behave. I mean, I grew up Christian. I kind of strayed away. Actually, not kind of, I did. And then I was mad at God for a while. I'm not trying to get all religious, but I'm just saying how it is. And then I was mad at God for a while. And then I thought he didn't like me because of my past. Anyways, I had to have my own journey and I had to realize he never left me. It's not that he doesn't love me. Like, I mean, he gave us free will, right? I had to make my own choices and realize that, I mean, he's the best friend I could ever have. Like, I need God because I'm broken, because I'm not perfect, because I make bad choices, right? Just like I need a doctor when I'm sick. Anyways, but there's extreme people in Christianity. And there's people that put money before the actual word of God, right? I don't know. There's people who get greedy. There's people who don't like XYZ because they say the Bible says this. When I think a lot of things in the Bible, I feel like that people quote, they take it the way that they want to. Anyways, I'm trying to say this to say it doesn't mean that I don't like XYZ. It means I just naturally have questions, and I always have. And I think that there's extremists in every single religion that there is. That's beautiful, Breezy. Thank you. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I mean, it is Sunday, so I'm not going to feel too bad saying this. Like, God didn't leave you. He's not angry at you. If he can forgive murderers, thieves, if he can forgive everybody, like he can forgive you too. And for the longest time, I thought God was angry at me. He probably didn't like what I was doing. He was probably angry at my choices. But like if you grew up like me, I had so many questions, right? Because I always heard growing up how angry God was. And so I just assumed that he was always angry and that I was a sinner. And like, why should I change my ways if I'm going to hell anyways? But like, that's not like God isn't this angry God that you hear about or people are telling you about. Like, I mean, God gave me 10 different chances. Like, I should be dead and I'm not. That's not an angry God. That's not a jealous God. That's not a hateful God. Like, that's pure love. Like, somebody of my past, right? Like, I was in jail more than I wasn't. I was getting arrested more than I wasn't. Like, I lost my home, my job, my kid at a certain point in my life. Like, thank God I got her back. But like, I made so many bad choices. Anyways, and yet he still gave me another chance. And he gave me my kid back, and he gave me my family back, and I have a roof over my head, and I'm employed. And at one point, I had lost my dog to addiction, and now I have two. So, anyways, with God, you could get everything back. Anyways, let's continue on. I know there's people where religious talk makes them uncomfortable, but I don't know. Like, I'm not going to deny that I love God anymore because I do. Jesus is my homeboy. All right, Dwight Schrute's hazmat suit said the real mystery isn't mall security. It's how Foodie can break rules in public live streaming where she shouldn't. Driving a non-street legal scooter on main roads, gets called out, and still acts shocked there's a problem. Peak rules don't apply to me energy. Stay true to your thoughts. Thank you, UK. She never gets held accountable by the law, though. She will, though. Like, I even remember hearing in certain meetings or like even in classes I had to take, right? Because I was a drunk. I mean, I was a wino. I was the person drinking a beer out of a bag. I was that person. Anyways, you hear it all the time about how like people only get so lucky so many times. Like you're lucky for a while. Even people who were drinking and driving, right? There was so many times they got lucky until their luck runs out. and then they get 1 arrest, 2 arrests, then they have 3 DUIs and 4, right? So your luck eventually runs out. It just does. So we're going to see something unfortunately happen with Foodie Beauty, and I pray that she doesn't take anybody out with her on her way there, you know? Chantel will face accountability in a way she won't get out of eventually. That's true. Bring back freedom of speech. Good morning, Naughty Box. Good to see you. Sorry, we had to start early today. I don't know, it was like 5 a.m., but I feel energized now. I feel ready to take on the day. Piggy said she just told her audience to report all the haters, which violates Kick's terms of service. It'd be a shame if she lost her Kick. And then Piggy posted, while Kick allows and encourages users to report content that violates their community guidelines, a streamer telling their audience to mass report another channel can be considered a violation of Kick's terms of service. You know, Foodie's rage really only affected herself. Like, she's given people a whole bunch of reasons to report her. You know, when I don't trust my tongue, I stay offline these days. It's very smart. Sometimes it's hard because how easy is it to like fire up a live stream and rage, right? And some people like that shit, but I don't know, then you end up having so many things that your channel could be reported for. You end up saying things, at least for me, I can have a sharp tongue when I'm angry. I do. Like, in most aspects of my life, I always try to be polite and kind these days, except for to Chantel, right? But like when I'm truly, truly angry, I can have a very harsh and a very sharp tongue. So it's not wise for me to be online saying, fuck, da, 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 da. Anyways, Emma said, I 100% believe this piece of shit is being paid by some murky deviants to film creepy content publicly, and being told off by security today has put a stop to that. Lest we forget her filming kids and speaking in code to salad in a Chuck E. Cheese. She's fucking revolting. Oh my gosh, so if you're new to Foodie Beauty, I don't know how I forgot about all this stuff. But remember in Kuwait, she used to film in front of the women's bathroom? Like, and we would always wonder why. But I think somebody was paying for that stuff. And then there was a time her and Salah, her fake husband, went to Chuck E. Cheese. They have no kids, and they just went there and sat and watched all the kids playing games. It was the creepiest thing ever. I know out here you can't go into Chuck E. Cheese unless you have a kid with you. You just can't. Edna, hello. Happy Sunday. Love Kick for ensuring reporting of violators. She was raging that no security guard even saw her, so somebody must have reported, but she asked the security guard for direction. Anyways, if you saw a weird, creepy-looking couple with no kids just sitting and watching all the kids at Chuck E. Cheese, what would you think of them? What would you assume of them? And would you report them to somebody? Because I would. Ashley said, oh, thanks for sniping, Milky Chai. Okay, let's see what this clip is.
As long as your back pocket has coin in it, I guess you don't care.
I hate that it happened, but I knew it would happen. I've heard the haters repeatedly give their impression
Thank
of
you,
special
Mary.
needs audience members the idea of reporting you. Okay, can everyone go report the hate channels?
Which ones?
Every single person here.
Oh,
go
just
report
everyone.
them.
Everyone.
Well, you can't say that on Kick, actually. That's against the rules. You can't tell, as I say frequently, you can't tell people to go report.
That's what I'm going to do when I get off of here.
You can't tell people to go report. That's not allowed.
Thank you, Anita.
It's not allowed.
I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Like, this is no hate towards Milky. Like, I love that she was sniping and gave a place for so many people to talk and hang out. But weren't most people busy yesterday? I mean, we were up in the hills. I don't know how many other people were sniping Chantel. Didn't seem like anybody else was because everybody was watching Milky. So everybody's getting reported when nobody had anything to do with what happened other than Chantel.
Bullying and harassment. Probably no one will, but whatever.
Guys, don't report her. Even though she's not allowed to do that on Kick. You're not allowed to incite hatred and go tell people.
Terms of service over here.
I think it is. It is against terms of service, I believe.
It is.
I'm asking them to report a YouTube channel.
You can't do that.
Can somebody look for me and confirm with me if Milky is still there? Let me know if you see her channel. Sinatra said, why is it the reactor's fault she got told not to stream in public? There's something bigger. Okay, obviously she was mad she couldn't get her food. But it's almost like somebody paid her to eat there, somebody paid her to film there, film other people. I don't know, and it might sound insane or like I'm reaching, but I think back to when they were filming in the Chuck E. Cheese, all the kids just playing, and they were there with no kids. Why they would always stop when they were out in public in front of the women's restroom and film people coming in and out. It's fucking weird, right? And then we think of what she did to Sasa. I've seen people, especially anime, beg her to go to McDonald's right then and there for money. She had people in her chat gooning to Sasa. I mean, there's something else going on. She's still there. Thank you. They'll probably both bring back. All right, so this is a very important clip we need to see. This is from the beautiful Farrah Fiasco. I just love her. Like, she is love and light and all good things.
Was I afraid of ISIS? No. Because well, they're not really a threat where we were in Syria. And also, not just that, guys, but they were nice. I think we met, not ISIS, but, extremists. I think we gave a hitchhike ride to one or two. I don't know. They were nice. What can I say? They're not against, like, I'm a Muslim, so they're not against me. They're against other things. I think Western culture and stuff like that. No, I didn't meet ISIS. No, we gave there were some military members that were hitchhiking one day, and they came.
Wait, it says, based on Canadian law, it is not legal for a Canadian citizen or permanent resident to provide transportation to members of a terrorist organization such as ISIS in Syria.
In with their huge rifles, and I was like, oh my God, they're just sitting in the back with rifles, but they were so nice to us. I was a bit nervous though, but that was an experience.
Buttface said, oopsie.
Oh, hell no. Would you keep on driving? Yep. People hitchhiking culture is very big there.
That actually made a knot form in my stomach because I remember what was happening with the Druze people. And then I ended up looking them up. It sounds like they're beautiful, peaceful people. And they have really cool things about, like, they have this secret religion. I don't know. Anyways, I think of what these people were doing, and yet Foodie laughing, oh, well, they're not really a threat to me. They're a threat to other people, more Western. If we're going by just more Western, what do you think you are? Would you fear them if you went back? I would. Now, terror groups. Okay, so Free the People said, military members don't hitchhike. We have vehicles. We don't need rides from civilians. Now, terror groups will hitchhike and use civilian vehicles. There you go.
I will keep recording people all day and night. Wait till it's nice out. I'm going to go in public and stand on a corner and just record every single person that comes by right in their face. And you know what? There's not a thing you can do about it. So stay mad.
Hello to my Canadian friends out there. This woman who has ties to ISIS wants to stand around and film you everywhere you go. How do you feel about that?
Not a thing you can do. Hey, potatoes. Thank you. But I highly suggest that you get a life. Because you're going to die one day, and your whole entire existence will be obsessing over me, and that's going to be really sad for you. Recording in public is legal. It's in the charter.
Okay, bitch. For one thing, we're all going to die one day. And when that time comes, I will not be thinking of you. So there's that. This isn't, I can't speak for anybody else, but it appears that Yaba has a whole life outside YouTube. I know Farah is married and has a whole life outside of YouTube. I mean, this YouTube is a very small part of my life these days. I do have to say that. At one point, it was like a majority of my life, and now it's like 2 hours of my day. I'm a mom, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm an auntie. Like, I don't know. I have dogs, I have animals, I have an amazing boyfriend. I really don't think of you outside of this shit. I mean, here and there, but how about you? When you die, are you going to be worried like, oh, all I did was hate on Foodie Beauty? Or would you feel good about your life choices? Because I'm pretty okay with mine at this point.
Of rights. So if I want to go on a street corner, in a park, on public transportation, and point my camera right
In a park? In a park. You had to add that to your rant and you wonder why people think you're a pervert and a PDF? In a park?
it's in the Charter of Rights. So if I want to go on a street corner, in a park, on public transportation, and point my camera right in your face, I have a legal right to do it. And
If I was at the park with my kids and my nephews and you were filming us with a camera right in my child's face, my nephew's face, or filming us in general, you wouldn't be leaving the park okay. And I would be okay with catching charges. Like, that would scream trafficking to me, honestly.
don't want people in your face in public, don't leave your house.
I think you should be on house arrest. Do they do that in Canada? They do that out here for people who can't be trusted out in public. Like PG was on house arrest for stalking people. I had an ankle monitor at one point. I only had it cut off when I went to rehab. But when they can't trust you out in public, they do things to make sure that everybody else can still live their lives and you're locked in for the safety of everyone else. Anyways, I'm sure this clip is going to serve her well. I'm so glad she went live to rage and do all this. Dub said the way she's raging while her pig hoof is having to hold her hijab closed because of her chin's popping out. I can't wait for the day someone grabs her phone in public and throws it, because it will happen, Foodie. We always say she's going to mess with the wrong one. There are people who take their children's privacy very seriously, so... and she has never experienced a mama bear. I'm telling you that. Simply Childish said, I hope a local poo toucher finds her while she's out in public and just follows her around with the camera in her face. What is she going to do? Try to scoot away going 4 miles per hour? And I said, the thing is, a lot of people think like this. They think that being in public is content to be filmed. It's wild. JLP said, such a predator. Free the People said, you could film in public, but not on private property, and any business is private property. Good point. Oh, Silly says, well, Foodie Beauty, you smug behemoth. Double check that before you go and provoke poo touchers to go IRL on your ass, because you violate traffic law on a live stream after having doxed yourself. But keep raging, cutie. In Canada, it is generally legal to record video of people in public spaces, as there is no absolute expectation of privacy. However, posting it on social media without consent can lead to civil liability, privacy lawsuits, and criminal charges if the recording is sexual, intimate, or considered criminal harassment or voyeurism. Interesting. Public versus private. You can record in public, but not in places where people expect privacy. Can't places trespass her if she doesn't want to stop doing this shit? And don't they have the right to refuse service to her? God, I hope that happens. Huh. Sorry, I'm reading through this. Private property owners, for example, malls and restaurants, can ban recording and ask you to leave. I live in NYC and have never seen a scooter on the highway. Never. Where's the police? She needs to be pulled over. It's equivalent to skateboarding on a highway. It's insanity. Hi, Amy. Yeah, if she refuses to leave, they can get the police. Kathy said, well, you could film people in public, but you can't stick a camera in your face. Apparently, can press charges if their minor child is filmed. Well, somebody should press charges on her. Peach Slick said, I think the main reason Foodie got a scooter rather than a car is because If she got a car, she would have to park, then get out and walk around her destination. A scooter means never having to use her legs outside or inside. Peak laziness. She screams about ableist, but I mean, what is she that cosplaying that she has a disability? Knowing that she can use her own legs, but she just chooses not to because she doesn't feel like it. Like anybody else, I would feel sorry for, right? Like I would be more empathetic, but she cosplays everything she does. Everything. Diggsworld said one for the books. That's how close this truck got to her. I'm telling you, she could have touched it, hit it, hitched a ride, grabbed on, and just went with them. I shouldn't give her any ideas. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna check the Foodie Beauty hashtag before we go and enjoy our Sunday. I think we're gonna be hiking again tomorrow, you guys. Actually, I know we are. I wanted to pull off a hike today, and I still might try, but in the off chance I can't, we're gonna hike tomorrow morning about 10 a.m. Joanna Freedom said, Foodie Beauty in the wild. Shout out to Boots on the Ground. Oh my gosh. Toddler got told no. Okay, this is just too funny. She was trending in today's news. Security stopped Chantal Theroux mall live stream in Ottawa. That Kid Cool said, that's not confidence. That's a dollar store ego wrapped in imaginary entitlement. Credit goes to Just Saying How on TikTok.
Number one, I'm pretty, okay? That has a lot, and I don't mean that to be conceited. I'm being very matter of fact. Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty.
At one point, you could argue that she was pretty, like 5 years ago. You know, she had a pretty face. I don't know why she thinks she's still hot. She looks like a rotten tomato. Oh wait, here is Foodie openly admitting to her and Slaw helping violent extremists who are against Western culture. It's fine though, because the men with rifles were like, so nice. Not sure who and where this needs to be reported, but it's concerning. Oh, we saw this.
Was I afraid of ISIS? No. Because well, they're not really a threat where we were in Syria. And also, not just that, guys, but they were nice. I think we met, not ISIS, but
They were nice. Fuck her. Lazy Texkin said, for those who watch HRH, oh wait, I don't. Blue-Eyed Leo said, Foodie is now placing 2 DoorDash orders at the same time from 2 places. Bedbound incoming. All right, I think that's all I have. Oh, what actually happened versus what Foodie Beauty thinks happened? Yes, you've sighted a Foodie Beauty in the wild, carrying a chicken like a football. Extra points for you, dear shocked NPC. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, a great evening, wherever you are. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I may pop up again later to do the hike, but if you don't see me, we're going to do 2 streams tomorrow. A morning recap, and then we are going to get our ass to the hills. Thank you to my amazing mods, Breezy Bunch members. Welcome to all the new faces. We go live daily to talk some shit about Chantel, and then we also move our ass so we don't become like Chantel. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, make good memories, good choices. Don't end up in jail, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, and God bless America. Okay, goodbye.